Trods are calling me
away from Babushka.
I once knew a girl in Wintermark.
Wintermark, Wintermark.
We had to do it in the dark.
The girl from Wintermark.
And now the Trods are calling me.
Calling me, calling me.
And now the Trods are calling me
away from Wintermark.
I once knew a girl down in Dawn.
Down in Dawn, down in Dawn.
6'10" and full of brawn.
The girl from down in Dawn.
And now the Trods are calling me.
Calling me, calling me.
Yes, now the Trods are calling me
away from girls in Dawn.
I once knew a girl from Old Highgard.
Old Highgard, Old Highgard.
Those priestly robes made me so hard.
The girl from Old Highgard.
And now the Trods are calling me.
Calling me, calling me.
Yes, now the Trods are calling me
away from Old Highgard.
I once knew a girl from the Marcher's Land.
The Marcher's Land, the Marcher's Land.
She finished me with just one hand.
The girl from Marcher's Land.
And now the Trods are calling me.
They're calling me, calling me.
Yes, now the Trods are calling me
away from Marcher's Land.
I once knew a girl in Urizen.
Urizen, Urizen.
I tell a lie 'cause I knew 10.
10 girls in Urizen.
And now the Trods are calling me.
Calling me, calling me.
Yes, now the Trods are calling me
away from Urizen.
I once knew a girl in the league.
In the league, in the league.
My stamina she did fatigue.
The girl from in the league.
And now the Trods are calling me.
Calling me, calling me.
Yes, now the Trods are calling me
away from in the league.
I once knew a girl in the Brass Coast.
The Brass Coast, the Brass Coast.
And she's the one who cost.
Yeah, hello everybody. This is a really weird one tonight. I'm on an old PC with a bit of a new setup, and it feels weird right now. My headphones don't work in the old PC for some reason. So it's a bit, so I can't plug them in, because if I do, I can't hear Ryan. So if we get a little bit of echo, I can try to tweak my settings a little bit. I can see my audio's coming through, so hopefully everyone can hear me fine. But yeah, if there's any other issues, I'll just have to try to do what I can, because this has been a bit of a... I've had to get everything set up again, essentially, and this is a very rushed Twitch setup. So, but we're here. Yes, the background is wonderful. I really like that, so I might use it again. But it kind of reminiscent of the weather outside at the moment. It's starting to rain. So, but yeah, we're here. We're doing things, and hopefully this will be a nice, chilled chat and find out about how Ryan's first event went. News. I'm going to do a raffle. I'm going to do another raffle. I don't know too much about what I'm going to do. It's lovely outside if you're a duck, definitely. Thanks for subbing, Pete. 17 months. So, Van Bubblegum. Nice to see you again, Ryan. Hi, everyone. Shooting cosplays. Great name. Like it. So, yeah, we're all... Yeah, so we're going to do another raffle, and that will do another extreme makeover thing. I've got a first-time player who looks like they're coming to E3, hopefully by the name of Tom, and I've forgotten the name. Esme, I believe, is another first-time player as well. So one in Navarre, one in Wintermark. So a little bit of a difference. My competition, I haven't asked him yet if he's going to be up for going against me, but I figured I had Matt last time, so I'll ask Andy to do it this time. So I'll ask. This is not me saying that he's going to do it. This is just me thinking we'll ask, and we'll see if he's game for a laugh. But yeah, long day. Doing all the prep for the 2 feet cider. So we've been cleaning bottles, lots and lots of bottles. So Helen and Lily have both been working on it as well. So me and Kit been cleaning, removing labels from bottles, and all of that as well. Lots of spiders, lots of crap. It's been horrific. So we're quite tired now. Yeah, that's about it, really. Can't think of anything else. So we're there. So yes, 2 feet cider will return at E2, with a little bit of a twist on it as well. Labels will change, and yes. Any 2 feet watching at the moment, we need to talk in character at E2 because there's going to be a trial, which is hilarious. It's going to be the most pointless trial anyone has ever seen, ever. There is no meaning behind it whatsoever. It's pointless, but it's going to be great. If it might be a little bit quiet because I have to keep the mics at a certain level, otherwise we're going to get a lot of echo because my headphones don't work in this PC. That's basically it. So we have to try. So you might have to turn us up a little bit. Who's on trial? You'll have to wait and see. It has no legal bearing at all. It's just within the 2 feet, but it's going to be hilarious to watch. So that will start next event and finish at E3 as well. So did you say who's the possible victims would be for another makeover? Digby's partner, Esme, is one, and a guy from down here who has never been to a LARP, done anything like that, is one as well. So we'll have one from Navarre and one from Wintermark. And yes, Ryan does look really suave.
My cocktail chat.
Yes. It's my cocktail.
Don't mind typing in chat if I'm not on the stream.
So if you're getting echo, I am really sorry. I will try to do something with it, but as I say, old PC. Wait a minute, I don't think they can hear you at all, actually. Try to say something?
Hello.
There you go, that's better.
Hey.
So, yeah, but we're going to do what we can with a bad setup until tomorrow, basically. That's my PC's being delivered tomorrow. It's an absolute mess. So that's fine. So, but yeah, we're just going to do what we can. So, Ryan, how are you? Are you good, my friend?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very warm. I don't like this warm weather, and it's making me think twice about my Wintermark kit. Thankfully, all the base layers are linen, so hopefully I'll be fine. But yeah, as with probably most people in the community, all my crafting projects are, as of yet, unstarted. So, yeah, going as well as everyone else, I suppose.
Excellent. I like that a lot. Yeah, mine is sat over there at the moment, waiting for me to start it. Well, to carry on with it. No staples involved. So we're doing. There's definitely an echo. Right, I'll turn me down a little bit, and then hopefully that will sort out any echo. But yeah, we might have to just. I mean, I might try the headphones again. No staples or no staples yet. No staples yet. I got quite angry with it, and I did threaten it with staples and glue. I was going up in the world enough to make any crafter hate me, basically. So
No judgment here.
well, yeah, but hopefully that's sorted out the echo. Yeah, Ryan was echoing through your mic. Yeah, it's like I say. Let's try him. We'll try him again. We'll try him again. See if it works. So we'll do this live as as we can. There is always judgment. There should always be judgment. Okay, say something, right? So it works perfectly now. Fuck's sake. Just have to change your thing over. Yeah, now we can't hear Ryan. I know. Okay, so keep talking, Ryan. Did you say that you've got Esme to your profession listening in while I serve customers? Yeah. So I'd had a chat with Digby about doing it, and she was going to come along. Hello there. Hi, Russ. So that needs to be that. That should work now.
Good.
Yes, that works. Wonderful, wonderful.
Fab.
So nothing worked beforehand, and now we had to get on stream to actually get it to work. Go figure. I don't understand. But as I say, I'll be back to my old PC tomorrow, so Monday's stream will be fine. I can't even remember what I'm doing on Monday, but still, that's how I roll. A bit shit. Literally the opposite of the usual occurrence. Yeah. So Esme will be coming on to do that. I need to, but after I'll be having a chat with Digby and her after the event, after E2, and then we can get E3 sorted. But still, so Ryan, back to you.
Hello.
First time at Empire. First time at Empire doing that. How did you find it? First of all, did you have a good event?
I did. Overall, I did. My story is not going to be like everyone else's, where it was like brilliant all the way through, and they smashed it and hit the ground running.
No,
because I definitely didn't hit the ground running at the start. I'm sure we'll go into that a little bit,
yes.
But overall, it was everything I hoped it would be and more. I think.
Good.
Yeah.
I will. It'd only be one of them. So okay, I'll turn me up full. There we go. That should be fine now. 40. This isn't 40. This is Ryan.
I think, yeah.
Ryan.
That's a bit of an insult to 40. That one.
No. But yeah, it's been really nice actually. I have to admit, because we've been chatting we were chatting quite a lot beforehand, and you came on to watching on Twitch, and with the almost perfect Twitch name, Chocolate
Almost
Latte. You got Spunky Bum Love, that's well up there as well. So
I don't mind being a runner-up to that.
Well, I think everyone's a runner-up to that. So you've got that, and then talking to you in chat a few times and things, and should probably change the title. Is it? It shouldn't have come up as 40. It hasn't changed it at all.
I look 40.
There you go. Thank you.
Hey.
Dear, oh dear. I think, I've changed it now. Yeah, I did change it, but obviously Twitch being Twitch, or Streamlabs being twats. So, but yeah, thank you for letting us know that one. So stop me if I'm wrong. You seem to. If we'll go from the beginning and we'll work our way through, because that way it has a happy ending. And
Absolutely.
and everybody knows I like a happy ending.
I came to learn that over the weekend.
Oh yes, the gentle caress. So you got when you got to site, you had got one of PD's tents and they put it in the wrong place for us, which was great fun. And then you saw everybody come together, and we all picked it up and we moved, and we got you right next to us, the 7 meter, and you were in a good place.
Yeah.
So, how did you feel when you were there? What was your first impressions of everything when you first
It was
came there?
so overwhelming. It's one thing to kind of talk to people over the Discord and come onto a stream, but it's another thing when you're sat in that queue in your car at the gates and you're alone and you haven't really got anyone to talk to, apart from the chap that walked past and took my $5 for camping early, which was great. I drove up, I didn't know where I was going to go. Everyone looks so sure of what they're going to be doing. And they're starting to unpack, and I just felt totally overwhelmed. So it was the first time I'd been camping in 10 years, let alone never having LARPed before. So I was shitting myself, basically. It was a bit of a double-edged sword, that having PD tent in the wrong place, in that I felt anxious because I couldn't unpack and get myself comfortable.
Yeah.
But then when everyone comes together to help you and you're having a bit of a flap, I don't know how to put up a bell tent, for God's sake, So yeah, everyone, like Gallon was very much the project manager there. He was doing the tent goes this way, and everyone else kind of helped, and it was
You did.
That's when I started calming down.
Did you see him get it wrong though?
Yes, very wrong.
Where he had the floor like 90-degree angle away from where the door was, so the doors didn't match up at all.
Yeah,
he did well, bless his cottons. But I'll be there to overlook everything this time round. So
thankfully, I don't have an awkward PD tent that's going to be in the way this time.
No, you're not camping IC this time.
Nope, not this time.
Okay.
I've really, really enjoyed it, but it wouldn't be feasible to keep renting from PD because it's expensive.
Yes, it is.
And I'm not ready to drop that kind of money on a bell tent yet.
Okay.
This time next year, probably, if I'm still, loving it. But also the hall that I'm potentially joining, they all camp OC anyway, so I don't feel that I would be missing out. Because they're all OC, so I'll be with them anyway.
You're going to go over and camp with that lot, are you, OC?
Yeah. So I just tried my tent for the first time yesterday, and everything's looking good.
Excellent.
I
will apologise for the other person who will be camping near you in the OC.
I've heard this.
So yes, my daughter, Lily, 13 years old, she will be camping with them all, OC. So I'm sorry.
We'll look after her. Not that she'll need it.
No, she'll look after all of you. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any weapons, so she'll need to look after me.
Neither does she. Thank fuck.
Okay.
She's yes, my genetics are camping near you. They're detachable. You just put them over there. So yeah, but no, that's good then. I mean, at least you've found like people you can chat to and stuff like that. Because I am aware of the flap at the beginning of the game, and I'm aware that you also you talked someone out of their own flap as well that they had, and you helped. I'm aware that you helped someone with a hug.
I remember this was Mark.
Yes, it was.
He was the first. Yeah, he was the first person that I really needed that because I was I was sat in my car. I was sulking a little bit, basically, moping probably.
Moping.
You know, everyone knows what they're doing. You
Yeah.
feel a bit lost, and suddenly Mark wanders over. Bear in mind, I don't know who he is. And then I suddenly put 2 and 2 together, and it was lovely. And he calmed me down, and if I calmed him down, then I'm really pleased.
He does love a hug. No, I think that first event for a lot of people, meeting people, getting a hug, checking in, I think it helped a lot of people out. Like the running rugby tackle hugs from Beth, for example, watching her nearly like break Matt in half with a running hug. I thought she could have played for England with that sort of tackle. I thought she had killed him. She hit him hard. It was fun to watch. But yeah, so you got there, and was it like just everything sort of like just culminated, and it made you just need to go, I need to walk away for a bit?
Yeah. And what really triggered me, I guess if you'd call it that, is getting texts from people from home saying, good luck, have a lovely time, you know, don't worry about us, kind of thing. And then that was, I had to go into the bell tent, have a sit down, and I'll admit, I was sobbing in there, and I just needed some time to kind of, I was like, I've been waiting for this for 2 years, and now it's here.
Yeah.
And you build up this idea in your head that you're going to get there and everyone's going to be, and not to say that it wasn't that, and obviously it did turn out to be brilliant, but certainly, yeah, for that first, probably it took till time in on Friday for me to be like, okay, I can do this. This is going to be fun.
I mean, this is I know this is live and going out onto Twitch and stuff, and but this is a safe place, and I'm not ashamed to talk about things that really happen. So, I mean, I crashed hard on Friday after mid afternoon. I didn't just crash; I really crashed. I hit a tree. I was really crashing hard, and oddly enough for me, it was Matt Pennington who brought me out of my funk, and it was a weird one, but you are not the only person I know of who, on the Thursday or the Friday, just went, I needed to take some time away and go off, and they had a little cry, and things like that. Because I mean, there are people who have been away, who have been playing the game since the beginning, who then took themselves off, and they just went, you know what? I needed to go off. I was so happy to be back, and they went off and cried. And so there was a lot of it going around. I mean, I was exhausted. I ran myself ragged, absolutely ragged last event. I did not stop, even at time in. So on the Thursday with all the filming, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then coming back here, and Sunday's a blur for me. I don't remember coming home. I don't remember what I did when I got in. I know I was exhausted. I was physically just done, because I felt like I hadn't stopped, and I hadn't stopped. But on the Friday when I did went to the new player meet and I gave everybody their stuff, it was great. And then walking around and having loads of people coming over and going, oh yeah, I'll watch your stuff, and it's really, really cool, and thank you. And then having crew come over and go, yeah, we love what you do, and thank you for like keeping people going and stuff like that. And I was just like, I'm exhausted. I'm absolutely exhausted. And then I instead of when I thought I need to go back to my tent, I need to be like away from people, and so I cut through Brass Coast, and I went and I actually went and sat and had a drink with Pete. I was just away from everything, and it was chill. I mean, I know Pete, I like Pete, I trust Pete, and I know that if people are coming over and they're like, they do all of this sort of stuff, I know Pete will tell people to fuck off, and I'm really comfy with that. But it was that, had a nice couple of drinks, and then I wandered away, and I crossed into the other field, and Matt Pennington was walking the other way, because I think he had the same idea. He needed to have a little bit of like time to, and he came and wandered over, and he just like literally pulled me aside, and he just said, I just want to say thank you for everything you've done. He goes, it really has helped. It means a lot, and now you, and like, yeah, and it's like, I'm really, really happy. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you so much. I was just like, yeah, thank you. And that was it. And it was really, really sweet. And I was just like, okay, I really need to. And I just went back to the tent, and thankfully no one was around. So I sat in the 7 meter, and yeah, I had a little bit of a cry because I just needed that outlet, and that was it. So, but yeah, it was lovely. It was really, really nice. Anyone can come by, flop on the cushions and chill out. Yeah, Pete in the Brass Coast. Yeah, it's a definite place to go. There are safe spaces in that field, and Pete is a mobile safe space. Really, really is. It'll be my first time at Empire next week, and I've been getting a bit into my own head about not fitting in, not knowing what I should be doing. Being so open with the experience and supports that's given is really reassuring me. It's amazing. You get Ryan and Mark. They don't know each other yet. They were hugging because they sort of knew each other through the Discord. And that I get the guy who runs the thing coming over and saying thank you and giving me a hug. I had so many people coming up to me and going like thank you and stuff like that. It was exhausting, but it picked me up. And everybody supports everybody. I know I have too many stories of hearing someone walking around looking miserable, and then people walk up to them and just like, "Are you okay?" They go, "No, I'm struggling a bit." I realise I'm shouting as well. I shouldn't be shouting. This is a really good thing.
You're excited, yeah.
And they just walk over and just like, "Are you okay?" They say, "No, I'm struggling a bit," and they go off to the bar. They go off and have a chat with them for 10 minutes, and it's amazing.
What was interesting is, by the Sunday, I was becoming that person in that I could see people that were alone on a bench, and I was approaching them to make sure they were okay. So it was like a complete about face in that on the Thursday I was, a wreck, and then by Sunday time out, I was totally comfortable. I was gutted it ended, as everybody else was.
All I say, shooting cosplayers, I mean, if you're in the Discord, feel free to ping me a message. If you're coming on the Thursday, come over. Hurst Hall, Wintermark, you can't miss us. You really can't miss us. We've got one of the biggest bell tents in the field, because I believe there's an 8-meter bell tent now. It's huge. So, yeah, come over, say hi, and yeah, chill. Ah, Hawker, wonderful. Yeah, I see you getting involved in the Discord and that, you chatting away to people. So yeah, come over, say hi. We're all going to be over there on the Thursday, and everything. So yeah, come over on come up on the Thursday or Friday, early Friday if possible. Help random people with setting things up if physically possible. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you will chill, you'll chat. You are gonna be totally fine. There are some real weird people in that field, and they fit in perfectly well. Pointing case.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I was referring to me. You're a good type of weird, and I will say this as well. Ryan gives really good hugs.
But I thought you were going to say something else then.
Ryan gives a really good happy.
It's like, Steve, I was supposed to be private.
So, to add to the above, you'll also have random people just coming to say hello, and then you've got someone else to recognise in game. Yeah, definitely. If you're coming on your own, ask in the Discord. Just say, "Hi, I'm this person, this nation. Does anybody fancy having a link in game?" There is a hall in Wintermark that I can't remember the name of them. Cat. They really help and support new players, and they've taken in like 4 or 5. They unfortunately have to deal with me as well. So they're really good people in this field. They are so accepting and so supportive. I can't speak any more highly of them. Bunch of fucking nerds. It's great. It's so good. I'm like that guy from, oh my god, I'm going to show my age now. It's even older than me. Revenge of the Nerds, or the film Nerds, where they go to a university in America, and you've got the guy. He's a real jock. He has the full beard and all of this sort of stuff. And he sees the nerds get out of the car. And he's there holding a beer, and he just sort of points at nerds. And it's just like, when being a nerd was a real, faux pas. But nowadays, no, it's not. Exactly. It's so funny. It's a terrible, terrible film. It's awful, but it's so bad it's great. It's one of the films that you watch now and go, oh, how is this film still a thing? And yes, Bo, you really did fuck that spelling up. You can't spell nerds. Really bad, Lord. Really, really poor
Really
spelling
bad.
there. Well done, you. So, back to it. You had your moment, and you basically you got pulled through, and you sort of settled down. So you had the big call of time in and stuff like that. And I saw John. Yeah, he did. Ryan did come on his own, but he knew who he was coming to be with and around. So I think it did help. How helpful would it be for new players to tag along with a more experienced player with a plan? Like, right, we're going to go set up a tent, pop to the traders, or go to God, new skirmish is at this time. If the player finds that more comfortable, then yeah, it's about being in your comfort zone. So if you're going to turn up to the field and you're on your own and you need that sort of regimented, do A, B, C, D, E, and go all the way through, then great. Yeah, put something into the Discord or something, and or find someone and just say, right, I'm new, I've got all this. What's the best way to do things? And people will help. Everybody will help. In fact, you'll have too much help, more help than you know what to do with, and that is a fact. So it's worth remembering. PD already have things in place for that. Yeah. So like with PD already have all the meetings set up as well on the Friday. They are all well worth going to. I went to the new player meeting for obvious reasons, but I really enjoyed it. So like the whole 1, 2, 3 thing.
And then someone started doing that to them.
Yeah, I know, that was good. I enjoyed that a lot. I really did enjoy that. So, but yeah, there's lots of good things. But I think if you're coming on your own, you need to find a way of getting yourself motivated and stuff. So just like how to get yourself going. Do you need someone? Do you need to like sort of tag along with someone, or do you need someone, or do you want to just get yourself going and then meet people in your own way? So, but still, so you turned up. We had got everything set up. Finally, you got into your kit. You're all ready to go. The call went out. Time in. Let's ignore the moot because it's as boring as shit. You've been called into the middle. Everyone looked at you and clapped, and then everyone buggered off again. I left the nation at that point. I think I was pissing off into the league. I went for a walk. Also, if it's time and you're really just feeling like, why am I here? What am I even doing? I don't know anything. Find your egregore and say, hi, I'm new help. Yeah, perfect, Pete. Absolutely perfect. That's a great thing. Definitely. People love new players. Really, really do. So, after all of that had happened, what did you do? What was the first thing you did in game?
That was the interesting thing, because timing goes, and as Wintermarkers, you can go to the moon. And you do hear the more experienced players going, don't go to the moon, it's fucking boring. So I went to the moon. It was interesting. But then I was like, okay, I don't want to do that.
Don't lie to me.
It was interesting insofar as, actually, it wasn't that interesting at all, was it?
No.
No. There was very little useful information.
Yes.
And that kind of added to the feelings of, what am I doing? Where do I go? But then I was like, okay, I spoke to some people before time in. I'm just going to go and talk to them and find an excuse to talk to them, I see.
Yeah.
And I ended up spending most of the weekend with 2 groups, and that was Bo and Broth. And you guys by extension, because Hurst Hall was right next to Bo and Broth. Digby, Rabbit, and Hayden as well.
Yeah.
That kind of whole cluster. They were just great, especially like Digby was. You worry as kind of a solo person that you're going to be a bit of a burden on people, and like, you kind of make a nuisance of yourself. But after meeting like the group around where we were camped, I was like, okay, that I have no reason to feel that way because we're all just trying to make sure we have a great time, basically. But the other group was Hendel Hearth, so I don't know if you're familiar with them at all.
Yep, well aware.
Yeah,
Well aware.
yeah.
Of them.
Right opposite the Loos, which was helpful.
Yes.
But honestly, like I said to them, this was like Friday night. I was like, this is what Wintermark hospitality is all about. Like, oh my, they made my weekend, to be honest, as well as James, Matt, and Dan in Bowenbrough. Like, just a lovely group of people who deserve all the credit for what they do for new players. Because I sat there and watched other new players wander in, and you know, by the end of Friday night, they were like, "Do you want to join the hall?" Like, I was like, "No, but I'll join your coven."
Wow.
So I found a coven, which was great.
They offered you to join their hall.
Yeah,
Bloody
I got on really well with them.
hell.
Got on really well with them. Because the guy and the woman that run it, Brienne and Tira, they're in the character names. Just so lovely.
Oh yeah.
And it was really helpful that Tia was an autumn mage, which is what my character is. Like literally is, because I put no points in anything else. Like I'm a level 3 autumn mage, and because that's quite powerful, which I didn't know at the time when I was making my character, suddenly everyone was like, join us, you know, we'd love to have you.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I said, by Friday night I was like, okay, I've hit the ground running. I'm actually role playing. I very much felt like me in a costume, but
oh yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah, it was just brilliant. That was the first thing I did. I went and sat with Hendel Hearth. I got to speak to Claire as well, who plays Sarvi. And that was amazing because she made the base layers of my kit. Like, we'd been speaking for months before this because she was having to adjust everything and get me looking good. And it's just so, all the nerves and the anxiety just disappeared on that Friday evening, basically.
Yeah.
It was just brilliant. Claire was teaching me about the way, and my character doesn't much care for it.
Yeah.
It was just
I was having arguments about the way. I don't get involved in the religion game at all, but I thought this time I was going to, just for shiggles, and I just had arguments. I called a cardinal a heretic, which was interesting. But yeah, that's really cool. You hear lots of new players who there's different versions of hitting the ground running, which is really, really nice. So you have hit the ground running. Like Digby hit the ground running, but he hit the ground running in a different way. He came in with an idea, with a group, and he was comfortable in his own skin immediately, and he went off and caused all of his issues for everybody, which was hilarious to watch. And then you've hit the ground running because you've turned up, new player, on your own. You knew people, but you essentially have ignored the new people, your people that you were there to know, and you found your own way, and you pushed through in that. And that is a phenomenal thing to hear about. That's fantastic. Yeah. And Hendel Hearth, not a small group either. They are huge. They command a lot of respect in that field.
Yeah.
So that's great.
They're opening a bar at the next event. So there's going to be another big bar in Wintermark, run by the Hendel people.
I might see if they'll buy any 2 Feet cider off of me then.
I'm sure they will, because they wanted to buy some off James again, which was I got to broker that deal. I don't know if you heard about that. Like,
no, tell me.
James bought a load of cider and beer to flog, and I think it got to like Saturday afternoon, and he was struggling to shift it. And by that point, I got friendly with people, like a few groups, and I was like, I'll go wander over to Tia. Like, he's got this great big group he needs to keep liquored up. And I think we did it for 5 thrones, I think.
For how many bottles?
I think it was 28. There was like 20 of one time. I can't remember the exact numbers, but
So 28 bottles.
he was selling a bottle about just about £1 a piece, I think.
Okay.
I can't do the maths. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I'd want more.
Yeah. He definitely wanted more, but I think by the time kind of Saturday night came and everyone had already bought their booze for the evening, it was like we could better get moving.
Yeah.
But speaking of Digby as well, actually, like you mentioned, like him kind of joining and having this very set out character. Like Digby was actually the first person in the field I spoke to. He arrived quite early, same as me, and not kind of piggybacking off that, but kind of facilitating that really was a lot of my game on the weekend. Because I got friendly with like Tia, and Tia knows all the movers and shakers in Wintermar. I was like, hey, Digby, what was his name? God, what's his character's name? Alf. I was like, Alf, I've met this guy. He could sort you out, link you up with the right people. So that was really rewarding as well, like facilitating the game of the people that I'd met earlier in the weekend.
That's cool.
Definitely.
That's really, really good. Digby hit the ground sprinting, screaming and running over to punch someone in the face. Yeah, pretty much. He really, really did. It
was exciting. Like it was, because the Dunnings, they have that reputation for being a very like martial hall, and suddenly you're pissing them all off.
Like they like to throw their weight around, but it's about knowing how to deal with them. Basically, the Dunnings have an interesting reputation.
It's so good though.
Yeah, Chris Moyer is great. Out of character, me and Chris get on really well. In character, we sort of like, it's like a mutual respect of each other. He knows what I do in a fight, and I know that I know he's a good leader. I've never actually seen him fight anyone, though. So,
one of the highlights of the weekend was getting a kit compliment from him. I had my kind of ginger furry mantle on, and he said, "You look very cozy. I like it." I was like, Ailson noticed me.
Yeah, no, do your own thing. Have your own game. And that's what you've done. You've created a lot there. That's fantastic to hear. So how did Saturday go for you then? Did you do any of the battles? Did you monster?
I didn't, and that was quite interesting for me because everybody else did. At least everybody camping around Hurst Hall went and did it. Yeah. I think. But then we went for breakfast together.
Yeah.
On the Saturday morning, and that was the first time I ate all weekend. Like, I'm a big guy. I like food, and I was so busy and anxious and swept up that I didn't eat anything until that Saturday morning. And bear in mind, I've been there since Thursday, so that's not normal for me.
No, no. A lot of people get very, very caught up in things. So I know on streams where I've said to people, and we say, make sure you eat, make sure you drink, and people think, oh, that's all right, I'll do that. That's fine. It'll be fine. And then you get there and you get involved, and I've not eaten for 2 days.
Yeah.
It's really easy to do. So easy to do. But
the food I bought, I didn't want. So.
Yeah.
And honestly, the next time, I just think sausages, bacon, and a loaf of bread, and you're sorted, basically.
Yeah, that'll be pretty much what we do as well. I think, the trenches, they weren't there last time. I was really upset because I love the trenches. I believe the wooden spoon is there this time round. I haven't actually seen the traders for it. Biscuit! Hooray! Sorry, late, I missed much. Yeah, you missed so much. 45 minutes late, man. Bitch. So Biscuit's brand new player, and he's joining Hurst Hall, coming along for the first. So this is his first event. I've been helping him off stream, just like giving a bit of advice here, there, and everywhere. Like I've seen his kit now, and it looks really good. So he's coming in as a Suak, and it looks pretty spot on. So bit of a Steiner vibe, but that was just a jumper he was wearing. we got in breakfast bars from B&M's, and once I'm in kit, I don't let myself leave the tent until I've had something to eat. That's a good shout, Dawn. That's a really, really good shout. There's a lot of stuff that causes people to. So I mean, I wake up, I'm up, and then I'm out and I'm sat by the fire, and then I can't be bothered to move. I'm quite fat, so I just don't want to move. I'd rather sit down and have another beer. So I don't care. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Someone bring me a Foster's, and it doesn't happen ever. But it's just the way of it. So it was really nice to have more people around and actually be able to go, oh, let's go off for breakfast. And we sat down. I mean, it was really, really nice. So, like, who did we have breakfast with? Because I know we had another couple of people with us as well, didn't we?
I think we definitely had James and Dan. I don't remember if Matt went off for a nap or not.
I think Matt went off for a wander, didn't he? I think he went he went off further up.
Yeah, but I was amazed. I was like, you can make this in a field? This is incredible.
Mm.
But yeah,
So yeah,
that morning was great. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. Kind of amused to see new people at E2. Like, damn, you missed the rush. Yeah, I'm looking. I think a lot of people avoided E1. I know loads of people went home with COVID, and everyone's going to be back. But it's going to be really nice just to see how everyone who missed E1 is as well, because I am aware that the field is going to be flooded again with plot. So I'm really looking forward just to see what everything is, how everyone's going to be again. I'm involved in so much plot now that it's going to be really nice to see where things go. I'm on a downside where something I'm involved in that I really need to do it looks like it's just going to fail because people aren't coming to the event who are meant to be bringing me stuff and bringing information, and they're not coming to the event. So I'm just very So okay, so that's my challenge. The Iron Duke failed then. So I'll be really disappointed, but yeah. So I might contact PD and see if they can help in any way, shape, or form.
Well, Leo's he's an ambitious lover, so if you need a hand, need a hand. What did I say? God, today. Set myself up for that one.
And we're not even drinking wine. We're not even doing a Kyle.
I've had one bottle of cider and I'm a mess.
I've there's beers that are going out to support Ukraine. So nice. Profits go to the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine, and I was just thinking, oh no, they found the best way for me to support charity by copious amounts of that beer. Dude, it's really nice as well. It reminds me of the little cheap, little stubby bottles that you get in like Asda or Sainsbury's or Tesco's. You know, where you buy it's like £4 for 60 of them, and they're all like 2%. But this is 4.8. But yeah, really, really nice. So you just wanted to drop in and say hi. Can't wait to get back to the field. Hi, Liam. It's good to see you, man. So Liam is another one who did really well. I've never seen so much flesh on a man before. He had so much on display. It was amazing to watch. It was great though. Every time I saw him, he was walking around with a big smile on his face. It's just like that is a man who's having the time of his life right there. So there's so many things happening at E2. Looking at the freeborn stuff, seems to be 20 places to be. Got to write them all out before Thursday. I've got to write a book.
That was good. I didn't realise they were heralds.
Yes.
And I was like, I didn't see any plot or anything over the weekend. But actually, sometimes it arrives when you're not even realising.
It's weird how they do a lot of plot, because you'll be sat down around a fire, in the pub, anywhere, just having a chat with someone, and then someone will come over and ask about something. Because a lot of people who are there to give out plot, if there's no a named thing to do, so they're not looking for a specific individual or group, they know, right, we need to go to Wintermark and make notes and stuff like that. They'll walk around Wintermark. I've watched a herald walk all the way around, look at fires, look at groups, and then they come back, and you have seen this one person looks really nervous and timid, and they were sat on their own by their fire, just like this, warming their hands, just like that. And then the herald avoided. I saw people who love plot go running up to the herald, going, "Hi, can we help you? Are you okay?" It's like, "No, I've seen the person I need to talk to. Thank you very much for your time," and just ignore them all. That was like 2 senators, people involved in all the magic games. So these are heads of covens. People go running over. And it's like, no, thanks. I'm stood there with a beer, just watching. I remember because I was chatting to Pud at the time, so Tarek, and we just watched him, and he's just like, it's like, I know the player, and it's like that player, he is not gonna go over to the big names, anyone with a hat, someone who's part of a big group. He is gonna find tiny little person one on their own, hiding, and he'll go and talk to them. And he wandered over, found this person, sat down at the fire. The person looked really nervous. And me and Pub were just watching this going on from the side, just sort of leaning around the corner just to watch. And the person was like, oh, you can see them a bit nervous and stuff like that. And then they went into the tent, they came out, and they a couple of drinks, and they were talking, chatting away. And then you could see, like, they had this, like, light bulb moment. And it was wonderful to watch, because they were sat there, holding their tankard, like, with both hands, and you could see them really paying attention. So, hey! Thank you for subbing. That's awesome. 3 months. So you're hooked now. And they were just sat there, so they were holding it in both hands, and they were really listening intently. And then they sort of just stopped, and they're like, oh, it was like, I know what this is about. And the realisation hit them. Oh, Ryan.
Oh, paying it forward, eh?
Yeah, oh yeah, always got to pay it forward. And you could see the realisation. And he was just like chatting away to this herald. It was just like, yeah, it was like listing all these things. I don't know what the conversation was about. But when you saw them actually getting really engrossed in the conversation, I was thinking, oh, that person's either going to die by next event, because they're really bitten off so much, or they're going to be so involved now, that person will be a senator in a year. They'll make a name for themselves by doing something. And that was it. And they were there chatting for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And then the herald got up, and you could see people waiting. They were sort of like giving respectful distance and waiting. And the herald got up, and normally when you give plot out, you do a little bit of we'll give it to one person, but we'll also give it to another one. Hey, Bolan. So Magos and Hannah as well. So there we go. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. And the herald got up. So normally it would be, right, I've given it to one person, but I'll need to go make sure I've delivered this plot out to like another 3 or 4 people. Nope. The herald turned, looked at everyone and went, said loud enough and went, I'm now leaving, and left. And that one person was sat there with writing all these notes down. I was just like, it's like, that person's got all of this plot now in their lap. What are they going to do with it? They got up, and they didn't go over to all these hats or anything like that. They left the nation. They literally walked straight out of Wintermark, and they were gone off into the night. I was thinking, yeah, they've been battered with a plot stick, absolutely battered with it. But they look so happy, so happy. It was great to watch. I love that sort of stuff. Absolutely love it. I want people to come along to me and say, can I help with anything? And then I can go, yeah, can you take like these 4 pieces of plot off my hand, please? Because I don't want it. It's stopping me drinking in the evenings now. So, but yeah, so you avoided plot then? Did you? You didn't get caught up in anything?
I felt like I didn't. Driving home, I was like, oh, I had a great time with the people I spoke to, but I didn't really engage with the wider, even the nation. But then I went away and I thought, well, I was a key part of casting that Bound by Common Cause ritual on the armies that were in Sur Masuak, and I was like, well, that's plot.
Yep.
You know, plot is what you make it, isn't it, as well? So that character that I play, you know, this Leo turning up to Anvil and trying to get involved, that is my character's plot. And it kind of took me a while to realise, oh, actually, I did have an impact. I did kind of, because I wanted to impact people's game as well.
Yeah.
And not do that in a way that's just, you know, bravado and bluster. Like, there was a bit of that, don't get me wrong, but it was great. Like, speaking of the Handlehearth lot, like, I said to them on that Friday night, I was like, I feel like this is what Wintermark hospitality is all about.
Yeah.
One of the guys disappeared and then came back half an hour later and was like, I just had to go and have a conversation with a priest because what you said was so lovely. And, you know, this is what we're really striving for. They went and found like a priest of, I don't know if it was loyalty or something. And I was like, you know, this is the kind of game where you can make what you feel are flippant comments.
Yeah.
And it really sticks with people. So that was amazing.
One of the things that PD have always wanted to put out was that you can think I'm not making an impact on someone's game, but they've got a game that's so big that one comment, one thing can have an impact on someone's game. So walking around and just saying to someone, your kit looks really good, and they'll just go, oh, cheers, and then you walk off. That person that you've spoken to there may be having the shittest time imaginable, and you've just pulled them out of something. And it always pays to be nice at the end of the day. Don't be a twat about stuff. If someone's doing something that's good, tell them. Really tell them, because at the end of the day, we're all human. We all have our own demons to deal with. So if someone's giving you a great bit of game, then tell them. I mean, it's like for me with with Bolam and Tiny. When they came in at the end, I was hitting into a real downer, and then they came into the chat and we just chatted, and they really picked me up, and it was fantastic. Like I said, I was exhausted. I was so tired. It's just the downside of being really unfit as well.
Yeah,
I've just got no energy. But they came around and they were great, and then obviously I met Bolam in Bristol as well, and it's fantastic. It's these are great people, and if it wasn't for Empire or just like one comment here and there, wouldn't be chatting away to them afterwards and stuff like that. So you just don't know. You just say something nice, say something good, and it's fantastic, and it picks people up. Pay it all forward. Keep it going. So, Ryan, did you find that your gameplay changed? I went in a fighter ritual mage and came back a rank 3 spring mage.
It didn't. I always knew I was going to be non-combat for these first few events. You mentioned the physically fit thing. Like, I was worried that I would not have the stamina to last the whole weekend, and I found there was more than enough plot going on around me that I didn't need to schlep it to the league or something to feel like I was getting involved. So that was amazing.
Yeah.
In terms of my game plan, it did a bit, because I went in thinking, oh, I'll go and sit in Conclave and see what the whole world is about. I didn't even see the Conclave tent. Like, I didn't make it that far of the field because there was so much to do immediately around me. So it did change. I thought I'd be doing way more of the fighting. Like, I thought, oh, I'll get into it eventually, and I did think once or twice about buying some weapons, but I really fell on my feet with the ritual stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Like, and that's my game now. For like, I'm gonna ride that for as long as I can. Like, especially autumn. Like, I don't know if you saw in the Discord, I had a bit of a wobble with it the other day because I was like, oh, a lot of the rituals are a bit shit, and you read them and they are a bit shit. It made me have a bit of a wobble. Then I was like, no, I'm going to lean into this hard. So the new kit I've made and ordered is all kind of autumnal colors. I'm going like full out autumn mage. So it did change in that I leaned into the stuff I didn't think I would way more than I did.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense at all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. It's everyone's game changes. Everyone will turn up to their first game thinking, "This is what I want to do. This is what I'm gonna do." 6 hours later, you'll be going, "Yeah, but I want to do this now instead. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go off and do this, this, and this. That's my game now." And that's just what happens. It's the nature of the beast, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing, and it's a great part of this game. Like I said, like Mac was a throwaway character. 9 years later, and I'm still here, and he's become something a lot bigger than I ever intended.
I was really pleased Mac was nice to Leo. I was nervous about that.
Mac's he's nice to everybody to start off with. It's when it's like you do one thing wrong to me or my mates, yeah, then I don't have to be nice to you anymore. Okay, that's fine. So I mean, something's come up that I'm aware of, and I'm gonna be and I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out, because basically someone owes me money now, and their response was, yeah, I'll pay you back, yeah, it's fine, what's your name? And I told them, it's like, ah, shit, I actually have to pay you back, don't I? It's like, yeah, fuck, because they realise that I will go over and have words.
There's an autumn curse that I'd be happy to cast, which cripples their resource. That'd be fun.
Oh no, I'm just going to break their legs.
Yeah, that's more the Mac way to go, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll
that's
break their legs.
Steve,
Yeah, I'll just break their legs and then I'll leave them, and that's it. But it turns out I'm not the only one after this person. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Obviously, I don't talk about things that have happened in the game to that extent to ruin it and that, but there's a lot of stuff going on. So that's very much a find out in play thing. But I am really looking forward to it. It's going to be a very interesting thing. So if you see me carrying someone around with their legs broken over my shoulder, yeah, you'll know I'm involved. Now something's going on. So that is the Mac thing to do, Reese. Definitely. Have to try harder to throw him away. I don't want to anymore. I could make a play for the throne, a late bid to become the throne. Mind you, I've got things I was supposed to throw away 10 years ago that are still sat on a shelf just in case. Yeah, I've got a drawer over there for the exact same reason. So how did Sunday go then? So Saturday, you seem to be involved in everything going on with Hendel Hearth.
Oh, it's great. It was brilliant.
And then, because Sunday's more of a lead down, so the battle happens, and then after that sort of time, around midday, the game sort of slows down a lot for a lot of people. Yeah. So what was your Sunday like?
I definitely felt that a bit. Like, I was a lot less nervous, so I was wearing contacts all weekend, and by Sunday morning, I was like, I can't be arsed with this. Put my glasses back on, for example. And I just felt so relaxed, but I knew the time was ending. But then it turns out the Wintermark General wants this ritual cast on it. Wants a ritual cast on its army. I can't remember what the army. I think it was the Blood Cloaks that we could actually cast the ritual on. And that was amazing. Like, that took up probably 3 or 4 hours of my Sunday, because it's not just casting the ritual. You've got to do all sorts. Like, we did so much herding cats over that weekend, and there was all sorts of technical issues with the ref system. The tablets weren't working. Every ritual came down to, I'll just write you player ID on a piece of paper. That was incredibly frustrating, to be honest. But because of the loveliness of everybody, and like, it's not the ref's fault if the Wi-Fi's down. Like, and we were trying to help the ref as far as we could. But yeah, herding cats. Like I thought I was never going to push through that frustration with the ritual game because you are herding people a lot. But that creates so much plot, being like, no, you can't go and do that because we need you here to come and cast this ritual kind of thing. Like that creates so much drama with people. Yeah. So yeah, we had a Sunday afternoon under Tia Brenner, who's the leader of this coven. Wintermark actually then had to create a national autumn coven because we just didn't have enough power to cast this ritual. But the ritual, by the way, it's bound by common cause, and for every military unit attached to an army, it increases the effectiveness of this military unit. So I think by us casting this ritual, we contributed over 2,000, the equivalent of over as if 2,000 troops were on the field. So casting this ritual was like, it was amazing. And just as an aside to that, like reading the Wind of War that came out relevant to Surma Suak, and like seeing your ritual being referred to and like the effects that it's had on the army, I was like, okay, I've made an impact. This is fucking cool.
Yeah. I haven't read.
But for the mechanics of casting the ritual itself, it's like, because it's so like every ritual is its own performance. This one, it wasn't at the Regio, which I thought was lovely because it was actually in Hendlehearth's tent because we've got a few mobility limited players, me being one of them. And sitting around Hendlehearth's table with like the general of the Blood Cloaks, all these autumn ritualists like banging drums, playing instruments, talking about the wisdom of the Calavesi and the loyalty of the Suak, and Steiner coming down and being shiny, like going around the table and everybody contributing to this, because it's a 10-minute ritual. Like 10 minutes is a bloody long time to keep something interesting. But it was amazing. Like I get excited just talking about it. Like I'm getting goosebumps from like this. I think her name's Poppy. She plays the Blood Cloaks General. It was amazing. Like we all had chains. We were all literally bound by common cause, and it was I left Sunday just like beaming because it was just amazing.
Awesome.
It was brilliant.
That's really, really cool.
And then it's massively affirming getting that in the Wind of War a month later. Like, yeah, the spell, the ritual you cast had this massive impact. I'm like, cool, I love this game. I'm so in.
Ritualists for me it's just players who do stuff away, like I want to do a little ritual for you. It affects so many people. So like the ritual that you have done on that army and that will affect everyone's military unit who have joined. You would have essentially given like 80 other players something to go off of, a role play effect or something would have happened to them, and it's fantastic. It's really great to see. So it's just that's really, really cool. And the ritualists who do things in the game and the way that they come up with all their dramaturgy and stuff is phenomenal. I could never do it. I mean, I know I can do the streams and I can talk for an hour and a half and talk bollocks, but I could not stand in a Regio or anything like that and do a ritual like that. I don't have the ability to do it. And I can't remember the name of the coven. It was on literally opposite side of the field to Hendlehearth in Wintermark.
You know what realm they were?
Summer.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't know the name. Yeah,
they were incredible. So like when me and Chris did our Challenge the Iron Duke, and it was like, this is a 10-minute ritual, and you need to write something out. We'll read it out, and someone else wrote it for us, but he didn't turn up. He had all this stuff written out, but he didn't turn up to the ritual. So we were like, shit. So like three of us, we stood there and we threw something together. Apologies if you can hear that beeping. I thought the Discord shouldn't be
Can't hear anything.
Beeping at me. But yeah, and we basically we bodged it for 10 minutes, and we came up with all of this stuff. We had the basics come out, and then he just on the fly. It was fantastic. It was so good. I mean, how do you spend? Check my Discord there, to be honest. Yeah, but it was all. It was so good. It was like you spent 8 minutes talking about how Mac and Grim are the best lovers in all of Anvil, and then he does 2 minutes on how we're great warriors. And the plot team gave us stuff to do with fighting, and we were like, no, it was all about us being lovers, thanks. Jesus, come on. Can't complain. Roleplay was it was so fun. And then there's one that if you ever get the chance to experience Whispers Through the Black Gate as well.
That sounds fun.
That's a lot of fun. I've seen it a few times because the ritualists act as the go-between between this world and the labyrinth, and so they speak to the ghost for you, and all of that.
That could be really funny. You could be like a cheesy medium.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. So we did it. I've seen it once where it was just tell my uncle ask him where his will is and where the money is, and he was just like, Digby sub for 13 months. Thank you, sir. What a gent Leo was. Great fun to roleplay with.
Oh, Digby was he was great all weekend. Like, I can't sing his praises high enough.
He's going to be missed at E2, that's for sure.
He really is. Like, I've got an icy letter ready for Digby, and I bought I don't mind saying what it is. Digby's character purposely didn't have anything shiny on him, which I thought was like a brilliant touch for a Steiner that had the money taken off them. So he's bought him a little trinket. It's like a horse brass necklace thing, and it's got like a relief of a sheep on it, and I just thought that was perfect. So he didn't know that, but he's got that coming to him. It's just I wrote in the letter something like, every Steiner needs a bit of bling or something like this. So yeah, he's got that on his way to keep him going between E1 and E3.
That's really cool. Yeah, he's at a wedding, so I think we've got Rabbit for the event. So
also lovely.
Yeah. All three of them were wonderful. But so the so the ritualists were talking to this is to Kiartan, so Mac's uncle, and it was really, really nice. He was essentially relaying everything that he said word for word, and it was really emotional. And then it was lots of insults and everything like that, as you would expect. And then Kiartan said, right, I'm gonna can you call this person over? I don't want anyone else to hear this. And he was calling everybody over, and he was saying it was along the lines of he called Mac over, and we were just there, and he whispered to the ritualist, and the ritualist sort of turned and looked at him, and then looked at me, and he's just like, your uncle just wants to tell you that he's really proud of you. It was like, you bastard. You absolute... Because we had basically massive arguments about me leaving the Navarre to go to Wintermark, and it caused a lot of friction. And then all of a sudden he's there going, I am really proud of you. And I was just like, you shit. It was great. But then there was other people there where you've seen them do a similar sort of thing, and the person in the middle just lied. Did not relate anything that was said at all. So it was along the lines of, this is where I've kept my money. There's 60 thrones in this box for you. It's not in my tent. It's kept in a box, like, behind the tent. You know, it's not locked. And the ritualist went, oh, okay. It's like, so there is no money. There has nothing. Everything that was left for you has been spent. And the ghost was like, that's not what I said. You can't tell him that. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? And the ritualist was like, just sort of shrugged. It was just like, oh, he's gone. He just went, oh, he's gone. and they're like, "Oh no!" And the other player was just like, shit, I can't. What do I do?" And it was brutal, absolutely brutal. So it was so funny to watch though. 60 thrones lost.
That is amazing. I think that's a winter ritual. I think,
Yes.
but like.
Yeah.
A lot of the other realms, even as an autumn ritualist, I feel like they are a lot cooler and more thematic.
All the realms do something different and do something.
That's it.
Do something cool.
Yeah.
So
autumn kind of aligns with my character's a bit of a magpie and likes his bling and his finery. So I'd love to like look if there's options in game to try and all those rituals that affect businesses and kind of the output of resources.
Yeah.
And they have not scaled with the price of crystal mana. Like there will be a good way. I don't know if there's a way to kind of appeal to an Eternal to try and get those numbers changed or something. Yeah.
So how did you feel then when the event, the game finished? They called timeout and everything sort of stopped. How were you?
I was super emotional. I was like, I felt like I was just finding my feet. Like I could have, I was like, why didn't I feel this way on Friday night?
Yeah.
But that's just made me all the more excited for the next event, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Tapping down, I was absolutely knackered. I was so grateful that I had a PD tent and didn't have to do anything with it. Like that was. I don't know if I was meant to do something with it. In case, I apologize.
Nope. No, you leave it. They can do it.
It was amazing because you could relax a bit and be like, okay, let's just immediately start reflecting on the event. It was great.
Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah, I mean, you were smiling as you drove off, and I think that was the main thing. Would you?
I made a quick exit.
Yes, your fortress of solitude. You were smiling when you left. A lot of new players were smiling when they left, and I think it was great to see. But everyone was tired. Did you get any LARP blues at all?
Oh, massively.
Yeah.
Like reflecting on it now, the phrase I keep hearing in my own head is life affirming. That's how I found the event. It was the most accepting environment I've ever been in, and that is not an understatement. No. Like as a big guy, like it doesn't get to me very much, but simple things like sitting down on a bench and worrying you're going to go through it, for example. Like you worry about these things, and I never once worried all weekend. No. Like I didn't. It doesn't limit me day to day being a big fella, but like these small things, like you think about them, and I just didn't.
No.
And it was brilliant. I saw Digby put in the chat that the tent was massive. It was fucking huge. Like huge. I'm 6'4", and I couldn't touch the top of it.
It was a 5 meter bell, wasn't it?
Yeah, and of course I've never done like bell tent camping, let alone normal camping. So I was like, oh my god! So it was really nice actually to have such a big space to kind of withdraw and compose myself throughout the weekend, as we spoke about earlier. But it was I had like an inflatable 3-piece suite, which was not icy at all, and I didn't even bother bringing it out of the tent.
No, it's like Digby said, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
I was really fortunate in that I made that tent a really comfortable space and to withdraw to, which would I think be easy. Like I bought the same tent that Matt's bought, so we're all going to have like a bow and broth site on in the IC field, and then we're all going to be sat together in the OC area as well. I haven't even spoken about the fact like I've almost certainly found a hall, and it looks like I'm going to be joining it. Like that was just the icing on the cake. I said when I last streamed with you, that was the goal for E1, and everything else on top has just been extra on top of that.
Yeah. Empire has me looking at flat pack assembly furniture, medieval furniture. Catch you later, Pete. I hope work goes well for you, bud. But yeah, I think a lot of people had the intentions of, right, I need to find a place just to belong. that I know someone who's been playing this character for 5 years. They still have not joined a striding. They're on a striding of one. They walk around on their own, but they've got friends in a lot of groups, and that's what they do. They chill and they move around, and they do wonderfully with it, and it's really, really nice to see. But I mean, like you say, you've got essentially you're part of 2 halls essentially.
That's how it felt.
So
it's amazing.
yeah, and you'll have everyone camping with you. You're gonna have an adopted daughter, because I can see you and Lily clicking.
Cool.
You are very,
Cool with
very,
that.
very, very similar. So she'll be your energy, because let's face it, she saps mine. She's my little demon. But yeah, I think that you'll see how everything go, and yeah, next event. I look forward to hearing how your story continues.
I'm excited.
Hopefully a herald doesn't decide to come out and just slap the Eternal Realm and come looking for people. But then again, if they do, I enjoy beating up heralds. That's always there. So
Yeah. I did. Yeah, it all got a bit tense on the one day, and I was very conscious of the fact I didn't have a weapon. I had no way of defending myself, which was quite good, because it then gave me an excuse to stick with people when it all got a bit tense and all got a bit dicey.
I have got someone's given me a piece of hallowed jewellery in character.
Ooh.
And I know what it does. I'm not going to say, but it's going to create some very interesting roleplay for me, and I'm looking forward to it, actually. So this is actually Tiny who's done this, and I think he seems to have found a way of bringing good out of situations with people and things like that, and I think a lot of dynamics that are going on around Hursthall, Bayenbroth, and Digby's triumvirate. I think that there's a lot of good stuff there, and a lot of positivity has come from like your effect in the field as well, because I've not heard a bad word about you at all.
That's been really lovely to hear, actually. Like in the streams, like watching the back and hearing myself mentioned, and like I had a positive impact on people by just being nice. Like,
yeah,
it's just lovely.
It's something that I've always said. It's about paying it forward, and if you're nice to people, then you don't know. Don't tell him I said that, but Tiny is an incredible influence on the game. It really is.
Is he the leaguer who
Yes.
wears kind of black and gold?
Yeah. Oh,
His
no.
kit.
That
Oh, no.
was no, that's one of the sea wolves. Unfortunately, but no, Tiny was around Hursthall. Oh, it is it? Yes, it is then. Yeah.
I want to say his kit, fucking exquisite. Well done.
So
And
yeah,
Bolam, actually. I complimented Jean de Sarvos on his hat, and that was nice.
it was a wonderful hat. Big trousers.
Nothing that fills them, mind you.
Yeah, I need to throw him as well. Apparently, pick him up and just launch him. But yeah, it's that there was so many things that just seemed to fall in place for a lot of people, and now I'm beaming. So there you go. You made his so making people happy even just doing this. It's great. There's a lot of that stuff that goes on, and it's just like compliments, be nice, and you'll make people's game, and it's fantastic to see. And I love to see it, and I'll stab someone for you. Someone's for you now, Ryan.
I need it.
But I like to hear all these good things, all these positive things, and I'm tempted, to be honest, to do a little video just of wholesome things, just to have people say, right, what's your favourite thing that's happened in game? You got a minute, go. And then we go, right, next, go minute, go. Tell me your best thing that's happened to you. 1 minute. That's it. That's your time, and we'll just do that, because I think that is something. Do it. Oh, okay, I'll do it. Right.
I'll do it. I'll have a minute. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, just, I'd text me less than a minute. It's fine.
I know.
But yeah, I like the fact that you're always positive. You're always smiling. You're always happy, and you pick people up. You can physically pick people up, but you do pick people up, and yeah, So I've got hideous kit envy at E1. That's what Digby said. Yeah,
You look great. You look great, Digby. Don't
everyone
worry.
looked great. I looked at my kit around everybody that was around me, and I was like, well, shit.
No, you look fab. Don't worry.
I might have to do a bit more now. So I'm trying to get my skirt sorted. But yeah, there was loads of it, and it was fantastic to see. And I know I'm like gushing over everybody here, but it was just, I like to hear everyone doing well and people having positive things. I haven't heard of anybody who said I had a bad event. That was shit. I'm not coming back. It just didn't happen. Everybody did
Don't get me,
so
like,
well.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Thursday night, I felt it was going to go that way,
Mm.
and you just have to power through it. Like I was sat on that inflatable 3-piece suite in my tent, having a right mope, and I was like, I need to get out of this tent and go and talk to people, and I did it, and I had like the best time.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
And Digby's little hat.
It's a good hat.
It is a good hat.
It was a good hat.
I couldn't take him seriously without the hat, to be honest, anymore. If he's not wearing it, it's like, yeah, I'm not interested. But put the hat on. Where's the hat? Go put the hat on. Put the hat on. Go on. Ah, there's the hat. Well, less than a week and we do it all again. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, this time, next week, we'd have been in game for 2.5 hours.
I hope it's not this humid.
Well, it's bastards. It's meant to be light rain sporadically from Wednesday to Sunday. But everything on that site, it's been so dry, so I think it's going to be perfect, to be honest.
Yeah.
So light rain, I think we'll be fine. We've got
So cold, wasn't it?
We've got a gazebo going up now as well, and we've got a big cover for it, so we'll have a lot more. You'll be able
to make your plaza, your piazza, because there won't be awkward PD tents in the way.
Oh no, that was fine.
It was good, wasn't it? We had a really nice setup, kind of slightly away from the road.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Forecast saying rain. I'm in a gimp mask all weekend. I'm going to die in this heat. You'll be fine. I'll remember the guy ropes this time. Yeah, we forgot. Oh, yeah, I'll have to send the hall a message to remember. Oh no, Smith bought rope, which is good. I'm a little worried that that's how my first event will go. I've been getting a little hype in the lead up to E1 and now for E2, even though I can't make it. Yeah, I think it doesn't matter how. I think a lot of people worry. I still worry, and I've been to like 95% of the events that they've done since the beginning, and I still worry that I'm going to have a shit event. I'm going to worry that no one's going to want to roleplay with me. I worry that it's all that people's friendships are all fake, and yeah, it's massive anxiety. It's all anxiety. It's all in your head. You're going to be fine, and if you are struggling, people will see that, or you say it, and everybody will be around. People will come running. The worst thing you can do is not reach out. That's it. That's the advice. That's the tweet. Tony gave me an incredible deal in his old bail tent, so excited to be part of our now massive camp. Yeah, I remember you saying. So, but we're gonna have a nice little setup in the middle again. So we'll be fine. Funny that everyone. The best advice is to jump in with both feet. That and pick massive fights with people vastly more powerful than you. That too. Yeah. Funny that everyone gets the same worry of, do these folks actually want to spend their LARP with me? Yeah, everyone. Absolutely everyone.
Yeah,
I
heard
have
that.
not got a bad word to say about anyone in that field. At all. On stream.
Yeah,
Ask me off
I
stream and
felt
I'll tell
that
you
way.
the truth. No, not a bad thing to say about anyone
No.
at all. And I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing everyone. And let me just check because I'm hoping that she's stopped watching. No, she's still there. Damn it. I'm looking forward to spending time in the field with Helen again as well. Because obviously this is how we met. So it just doesn't feel right with Helen not being there as well. And then getting my little one there too, causing problems for everybody. As Mark said, yeah, finding babysitters already for her. It's great.
I am not legally liable for anything that happens to Lily in
No.
game or otherwise.
I am not legally liable for anything that happens to you either.
As a result of Lily.
Pretty much, yeah. So
Love
common
that.
anxiety, even outside of LARP, it doesn't surprise me it occurs in LARP. Yeah, it really is. It really is. But there are really good people there, and I'm happy and grateful for every single one of them. It's really good, and I, for one, I'm looking. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see Ryan in the field. I can't wait to get our little
Wait to see.
piazza bit set up again, and
Yeah.
and everything, and just sit down, bit of fire. I'm learning a new song.
I've heard about this. Yeah.
I'm not going to sing it ever
No.
in public because I just won't have the balls to do it. I've got the balls to go up to anybody and threaten them and talk to them. Just don't ask me to sing. I'm genuine when I say this hobby is rapidly replacing living history in my schedules. Yes. Yeah. Definitely. The atmosphere in LARP is just mwah. Yeah.
It really is.
Really, really is. The minute you walked in the tent, ba-bump. Yeah.
It was just as the sun's going down and all the other lights come up. That was when I was like, this is fucking amazing.
For me, one of the things that LARP has given me that I realised after E1 was actually, I talk about going to the Longest Johns a lot, was actually sitting down with Digby. We went and had a steak dinner together.
Romantic.
And the steak was gorgeous, but it was just chatting and realize it was like it even came across on stream just how much we both absolutely adore this hobby.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. And I'm just like, I'm so glad I accidentally found that place. I know, it was amazing. It was so good. We need to do a big meet up in Bristol or something and go there as a big group. Ryan, you touched on that you made your tent comfortable. What advice can you give on that? We'll end it after this because I haven't eaten. I'm knackered. So, and
It's hot as well.
it really is hot, and I can't stop scratching my armpit, and I don't know why. I need to start washing, I think.
Yeah, that'll be it.
So, yeah. So, Ryan, what advice could you give on making your tent comfortable? Because your tent looked incredible.
Thank you. Well, it wasn't my tent, so I can't claim credit.
Monkeypox. Fuck off.
You're riddled. Quick check.
Patient X.
Because I knew it wasn't going to be an icy space, I bought a lot of creature comforts from home, so I bought my own duvet. I think that was important. Because it smelt like my room. Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
One thing that totally saved me, we have these really old and they're really ratty. They're like Z mattresses. So they kind of collapse down in 3 parts. And I think we got them for like a tenner from like the Range years ago. And it's just, all it is just basically foam. But putting an air mattress on top of that, it was amazing. It was like sleeping on a marshmallow. It was brilliant. I slept better than I do at home. It was good. But then otherwise, it was just It was just nice. It was just lovely. Like I made myself like a bit of a dressing table. Like I bought a mirror because I was wearing contacts. I don't wear contacts, so that was a big thing for me.
Okay.
I just knew once I had the sleeping right, everything else would kind of slot into place.
Mm.
And I think my biggest thing was not worrying about it. Like once I realized I had the minimum of what I needed to have a comfortable weekend, you stop caring about the rest of it.
Yeah.
The fact that you haven't quite got the right, oh, I wish I could have made this seam look a bit tidier on this tunic. Like that doesn't matter once it's time in. Like,
Nah.
but in terms of comfort, I just because it wasn't an icy space, I tried to just fill it with things that made me comfortable. That seems really like that's not an answer I recognise, but
no, it is. That's a great way of saying
nice.
it. So
like I think this was only like a 30 quid blow up chair from Argos, but it was like a throne, and it was so comfortable. Like, yeah, just bring what makes you comfortable, because what makes me comfortable is sitting still and not having to expend any energy, whereas it might be different for you.
No, I'm the same. It's great in the evenings when you can just sit in your chair by your fire,
Yep.
and that's it. So as Bohm said, you made your space comfy. Yeah, perfect.
That's
Absolutely.
it.
It's like my space for me was comfortable because I'm alright with the bare minimum. So I had the airbed, I had a load of blankets. As long as I got into the bed and I became warm, that was it.
Yeah.
I don't need anything. I could sleep in an empty space and I'd be fine.
Mind you, getting warm on especially that Thursday, because the wind through the Wintermark camp was bitter. Like,
Yes.
I don't feel the cold, and I was teeth chattering, freezing. Like, just be mindful of that, depending on where you are in the camp. Because I was speaking to people that are on the hill, and they were like, "It's not windy. What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Well, you come down to Wintermark, and we're all, breathing, which is appropriate because we can all, wear our furs." I guess.
I was chatting to Tiny, and we were stood in Wintermark, and we walked down towards just past Hendel Hut, and the wind stopped. You could literally 4 steps, lots of wind, no wind, lots of wind, no wind. It was, but it's always about making. It's like you're making your own little space. It's about being comfortable, and it's about what you need. I mean, I was so hot, I was boiling when I got into bed. I never struggled, but I never do. And I have to admit, I woke up both on Saturday morning and Sunday morning. I'm not ashamed for saying this. I woke up in just my pants, because that's how I went to bed. And I was on top of all the covers. I was so hot. And I think on the Sunday, I had actually left one of the flaps open. So if anybody walked past and looked in, I'd accidentally zipped the mesh bit up inside, not the actual outside bit. So if anybody walked past and they looked in, they would have just seen me lying on my bed in my grandies. Not a pretty picture for anyone. So, but it was great. It was really, really good. And it's just, do what Ryan says, don't do what I say, basically. So I'm going to call it there. Hour and 40, we've done well. It's another one of those chats where it's just like we could have just kept on going on and on and on.
Well, this time next week, we'll be together anyway.
Yes. With that happy ending.
I'm going to start charging. I'm being taken for a fool here.
Oh, yeah. It's like every 10 minutes.
We were talking in the got Bowen Broth Discord, and I termed the phrase Bowen Brothel last night, so we might be running that out the tent.
Excellent. I wish I could go to Empire sooner. Yeah, I think that's the same for everyone, but you will go. That's it. You will go. You will see everyone. I'm hoping that the weather isn't going to be like what's going on in the background here. Boys, I better bring back some good stories so I can live vicariously through. Oh, we've got too many stories. I've stopped telling stories, basically. I've got so many. Yeah, I could go for days just telling stories. It's mental. I can't be asked to raid anyone because I've not got anything set up. I don't think anyone's streaming that I know anyway. No. But that's fine. Just seeing the weather prediction, it's looking sketchy. It's going to be fine. Going to be fine.
Have faith.
I've stopped telling stories. He lied. Yeah, I know. I've told stories in this stream. But yeah, it's next week. We'll come back. More stories. Monday, I can't remember what I'm doing. I know I've got something set up, but I've forgotten.
The last stream before the event, won't it?
Yep, last stream before the event. I might attempt to stream on Sunday again. Yeah, depending on how exhausted I am and stuff. So, but yeah, we'll just see. We'll see. Gonna do another raffle. We're gonna get this makeover thing paid for and stuff done. I promise to do better editing and less music that's loud in that video. But that was YouTube. I'm pretty certain of it. It was nice and quiet for me. So, yeah. But I'll get that all sorted. I'm still learning to edit. But yes, lots of stories and stuff, so we can go on from there. Ryan, you're an absolute legend.
Thank you. You are too.
See, told you, a nice happy ending to the stream. It had to happen.
Very happy. I hope you're satisfied.
Always. Always. I'm a very easy man to please.
I know.
Oh God. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it, and it's been
Thanks for
wonderful.
having me.
Lovely to chat, and we will do again, I'm sure. Yeah, don't know what I'm doing on Monday, but I'm sure I'll see you all on Monday. Yeah, we'll build Keen and stuff. So everyone, look after yourselves. Get your kit done. Get yourself sorted. Don't go to a wedding. Weddings are bad news for people if you're gonna miss E2. It's not a rumor, that's the truth. I'm not looking at any Digby in particular. So, but yeah, you all look after yourselves. We'll see you all soon. Take care. Stay safe. Unfortunate timing. Or move the wedding to Empire. That's a good one too. Yeah. Anyway, you all take care. Much love. Bye.